Welcome back guys. You are with Jagdish and we are learning NumPy here. In the last video we have seen what is NumPy, why to use it. We have also seen a basic building block of NumPy which is NDArray. In this video we will learn how to install the NumPy, how to declare a NDArray. We will look at few of the examples of multidimensional array, and finally we will check the performance of NDArray with Pythonic code. Guys, I am using Google Collaboratory here. It's a free runtime environment provided by Google. It is based on Jupyter, and Google has provided almost 8 GB of RAM. They also provide support for GPU and TPU. So in the future, if you want to run some complex machine learning model, you can utilize this Google Collaboratory. It's available for free at collab.google.com. Simply log in using Google account and start using it. Okay, let's look at how to install NumPy. Well, it can be installed using pip install NumPy. Guys, I am using exclamation mark here because I am running this command from the Colab environment. So we have to use exclamation mark before running any of the command. Here in my case, the NumPy is already installed. If you are using Conda environments, then we should use Conda install NumPy. This command will really not work here because Google Colab is based on pip environments. So in case if you are running a Conda environment in your laptop or desktop, you should use Conda install NumPy. Okay, let's check the version of NumPy. It can be checked using np dot underscore underscore version underscore underscore. So in my case it is 1.18.5. So we can import NumPy using import NumPy as np. So np is alias. We can mention any alias whatever we want. I have a habit of using it as a np. So let's declare a NumPy. Well, we can declare a NumPy using list or tuple. In this case, I am declaring a list of few elements, and then I am using a method from NumPy which is np.array, and I am passing that list to here. Later, I am printing the type of these objects. So the list which is having few elements, using that list we declared a NumPy NDArray, again having the same elements there. Let's declare a NumPy array using tuple. So in the same way, I declare a tuple with few elements. I pass this tuple to np.array method, and then I am printing the types. So tuple numpy.ndarray, both are having same elements, right? So because it's created from tuple itself. Let's declare NDArray and look at ndim attribute. So I declare a NDArray using a list, and I printed its ndim attribute which is 1 because we are declared. So we are declaring 1D array here. Let's declare 2D array. Guys, I am using the combination of square bracket and the round bracket, that is list and the tuple. So both of these can be list or tuple, or list and tuple, any combination will work. So in this case ndim is 2 because it's a two-dimensional array. Size is 6 because it's having 6 elements. Item size 8, that is 8 bytes. So each element would have 8 bytes. This 2 will have 8 bytes, this 3 will have 8 bytes. The D type is int 64. So we are not mentioning any of the D type here, so that's why it declared int 64 here. Shape 2, 3. So shape is a tuple which has almost equal attribute as that of the dimension. So the number of elements in the first direction are 2, that is this first direction, first element, and this is the second element, and 3 elements in the second direction, that is this element, second element, this is the third element, right? Guys, I am declaring the same array one more time, but this time I am removing the last element, which is 6. Let's declare and see what happens. So, still, the NumPy array has been created successfully. This time, the dimensions has become 1 and the size is 2. Why so? It's because the number of elements in the second directions are not symmetric. Hence, this time, NDArray has considered this whole tuple as one object and this second tuple also a object. So now it became 1D array having two objects inside. So that is 1D array of two objects. And the D type is now considered as an object, right? So remember this behavior. Let's declare 3D array. This time I am printing few more attributes like ndim, size, shape, and atom size. Ndim is 3, size is 24 because it is having 24 elements. Shape is 3, 2, 4. That is 3 elements in the first direction. First element, second element, third element, right? 2 elements in the second direction. That is first, second, first, second, and so on. 4 elements in the third direction. That is first element, second element, this is third element, this is the fourth element, right? Let's declare 5D array. I'm not declaring 4D array and you should take it as a assignment. Well, in this 5D array, the first direction should have 5 elements which are like this. First element, second, third, fourth, and fifth. One element in the second direction, that is this. One element in third direction, which is this. Again, the one element in fourth direction, that is this tuple, and 3 elements in fifth direction, that is 1, 2, and 3, right? Let's look at NumPy performance now. In the last video, we have discussed a lot about performance of NumPy. Let's look at it practically now. Here, what I am doing is, I am declaring L1 and L2, that is list 1 and list 2, having 1 billion elements. I am also declaring A1 and A2, which are ND arrays of 1 million integers. In the next, what I am doing is, in the next, I am adding these lists using for loop. I am adding this list using the list comprehension, and I am also adding these ND arrays. Let's learn and see the performance. So the for loop has taken almost 467 milliseconds. The list comprehension has taken 302 milliseconds and ND array has taken 48 milliseconds. So clearly ND arrays are way faster than the Pythonic style code. Thank you guys. I hope this video was very helpful to you. We have learned how to install NumPy, how to declare NumPy array, and we have also seen the performance of NumPy array. In the next video, we will compare Python lists with the Python array module, and we will also see few important methods in ND array. See you guys in the next video.